going on, people? Welcome to United View. Welcome to another Transfer View. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy beginning of the week. How many days left of the window? 10 days. 10 days left of the window. And I know everyone's going to want us to sign players. We want us to sign players. We always need more. So there's a lot to talk about. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. All of the good stuff. You don't know what it is, man. Get involved. Mr. Freshheads, good morning, gents. We've got good morning people from Bammy Rich. Big up Rich. I was on the show last night. Great show last night. It's a bit of a therapy session, really, last night. Wasn't really much jokes going about, apart from the end where we realised KG plays Uno by himself. Other than that,
do you know what I thought about that? I was thinking about that afterwards. KG there, he's got a pack of Uno cards by himself. And I thought, is that him just to play games by himself? I thought, or is it literally just a reminder that he's on his own? How many people are there? Uno.
It's a bit of both, yeah.
That's just a reminder. How many people are around at Uno? Oh, yeah, just me.
Yeah,
just
100%. It is a bit of both, absolutely, with him. But the seriousness continues, not to be morbid, but we've got a lot to work on, Owen. We've got a lot to do, a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Gravenberch. We're talking about a contract offer from both ourselves and Liverpool, and some reports of Mark Verratti as well on top of that. Varane, the ghost, the wraith, the phantom. Is he looking at a move to Saudi? What's going on there? I need to know about this. I need to know more about this ASAP. Backup keeper. We're going to talk about that. Verratti as well. That was a little thing as well. It's a weird one. And transfer wish list. But at the top of the show, Owen, let's go. Yes. Luxhill says it straight away. Owen, tell Flex how Gravenberch is actually.
Well,
got it in me right now.
I had this the other day. And I'm still not great when it comes to it. I have to segment it. It's like Gravenberch. It's a challenging one, and to be honest, guys, I can't keep that up every time I say his name. If we're going to go into that territory, there's going to be a lot of he's and hims. Or the player, the midfielder.
The guy that Ten Hag had at Ajax and is now at Bayern.
Yes. Nevertheless, it's been reported by the Mirror this morning that Manchester United and Liverpool have both tabled contract offers for Ryan Gravenberch. Bayern Munich, that wasn't bad, actually. Bayern Munich value him at around £22 million, which Flex and myself were just saying, actually, it's quite light, actually. But a more likely compromise would be for the midfielder to be sent on loan for the season. Gravenberch remains a big admirer of Erik ten Hag. He fears he will lose out on a place in the Netherlands squad for next summer's Euros if he continues to remain on the sidelines in Germany. Bayern Munich told the player they don't want to lose him when Manchester United and Liverpool made inquiries earlier this summer. He has now decided to seek more guarantees about minutes on the pitch. That has put Erik ten Hag and Jurgen Klopp on red alert. Now, you could just say, well, look, it's the Mirror, it's transfer fodder, it's paper talk, as they would say, but there's now more noises coming out of the Netherlands, which would suggest that maybe there's a bit more weight to this one, because Mike Verratti this morning is also saying that according to the sources around Bayern Munich, Gravenberch is keeping all Premier League options open. If a permanent deal isn't possible, a loan is an alternative. Now, there's two schools of thought here, I think, Flex. One is, yes, we need a midfielder. Clearly, we need a midfielder. Yeah. And if he's available, the pre-existing relationship with Erik ten Hag, get him. Right. And even when they said, a loan could be a compromise, I went tick. Because even now with like 22 million, I go, have we got that? Like, I don't know, because you start to go, you can get Amra. If Donny goes, you can get Amra back, because that's always been the plan. And then you can get Gravenberch on loan. You go, that could help things. That could facilitate things. But I always say, we are not the only club interested. And we know that Liverpool have money to spend. We know they have a budget for a midfielder. This is what I was saying the other day when people were laughing. They're going, Endo, you've gone from, Enzo to Endo and all that kind of stuff. I said, I'm not laughing just yet, because we know they've got 150 million and they've just spent, 20 of it? Exactly. So if Jurgen Klopp really, really, really wants
they can get him.
A player,
they can get him. Of course
they could go and get him. And then it becomes a case of Bayern maybe going, do we accept a transfer offer of £22 million, or Manchester United going, we'll take him on loan and the player really likes Erik ten Hag? What do you think?
Well, and also there's the Bayern equation of, like you said, do they want to sell him? because I think they still. I think they
Thomas
still think
Tuchel said
something's
the other
there.
day. Yeah, Thomas Tuchel said the other day in a press conference. He was asked, he's going to get his, he's going to get his opportunities. He's going to get this. He's going to get that. And like you said, maybe that does fall in our favor, right? Maybe if Bayern are like, no, we don't really want to sell him. Actually, maybe we do get a loan, and it's just for him to get in the Euro squad. As we said before we started, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? Actually, that a player would move to United to get into the Netherlands squad, because most people that kind of would put him off. Whether it's Jurriën Timber or even Donny van der Beek, his international career's gone in the toilet since he signed for United. So I don't know. What do you feel about this one?
Look, unused sub in the first game of the season. When I was doing the when I was in at Sky last week, they were talking about how because obviously all the Kane stuff was going on, so there was a correspondent on who's a Bayern expert or whatever, and he was basically saying he was a Bayern correspondent. Florentine. His name is Florentine. Now, Florian Plattenberg. He's good. He's good. But it actually wasn't him that day. It wasn't him that day. But it was him the week before. Same name, innit? Same thing. We know what we mean. You're inactive for 50 minutes. I can't remember what was said in minute 1 if I don't say anything for 50 minutes. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. But they were saying that Tuchel doesn't even really rate Kimmich as the midfielder. He kind of wants to put him back to right wing, and Gravenberch is still not being used as that guy. So that's an interesting situation over there in Germany. But from our perspective, it makes sense to get him. Of course it does. We know we need midfielders. We're talking about potentially spending a chunk of our budget on the wrong type of midfielder. Maybe the more I think about the situation, was Ten Hag, and this is a question out loud to you guys in the comments as well, was Ten Hag promised, or was the plan to get 2 all along, because he was always going to sign one with the money that we did have and he chose Mount, and then with the money that we were going to sell, i.e. Donny van der Beek and Fred, was going to be another midfielder, which is not that far beyond belief to think that could have been the plan. Obviously, though, we've got the default links, which is another player that Erik Ten Hag had at Ajax, another Dutch player, someone that he knows very well. I mean, we start to go down that road, and if we're honest, that's been mixed, really, hasn't it? Let's just be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. Leach has been unreal. It's having a wobble at the moment, to be fair. He's not playing very well at the minute, but he's been amazing for us last year, arguably player of the season, but did get injured. Anthony's been a disaster. So based off those two things, I know Malacia wasn't his player, but, Dutch knows him from the league. He had a decent first season. So the track record's been a bit, it's technically 50-50, really. You don't count Malacia and you say you went big on Leacher, and you tried to get Timber, who we can see is obviously very good as well, Arsenal. And you waited for Anthony, or had to wait for Anthony, but made sure that we got him at any cost, literally any cost. You made sure. You didn't move on to another target. You said, he's the guy. I don't care what you pay. Like the De Jong thing, where we stayed around for ages because that's who you believe in. We've done that with Anthony, and so far it hasn't worked out. So there are a little bit of reservations there, but if it's just profile-wise of what he brings, what he's able to bring, obviously there's a lot of potential there. Ajax has spoken about him before on our channel, and we've had chats about him when we've just been behind the scenes with those guys. And they said he's a top talent. It hasn't worked out for him since he's gone to Bayern Munich, though. That's true. But he needs kind of unlocking again, needs a new challenge. So, and if we could take him on a loan, absolutely. I mean, look, it doesn't give us a long-term fix, because if after the loan they're like, yeah, you've done really well, we'll have him back now, then we're back to square one again. But I suppose, like managers say, you have to be ready to react to the market, and money's an issue for us, especially at this point of the window. If he becomes available for a loan, Man United have to be at the table asking,
particularly if you can get both. Particularly if you can get both, isn't it? I think that's the part of it too. Like, obviously, if we just got the loan in, you'd be like, okay, that helps, because at this point, we've seen we need more options there. Clearly, we need more options and more in the profile of what Ten Hag is looking for. But if you still moved on Donny, and then you can go get Amrabat, and you ended up with a window that got Amrabat and Gravenberch in on loan, you'd be like, oh, suddenly our midfield options look a lot better. You know what I mean? A lot better. And there's a lot more mobility in there. There's a bit more sort of tenaciousness in there. Maybe not so much from Gravenberch, but certainly from Amrabat. And then you've just got different options, don't you? That we desperately need. I'm not saying it turns the window into this giant positive, because I think, yes, again, we're in the situation where after 2 games of the season, granted, it's not as dire as it was last season, but we're very much looking around going, we're not ready. Again,
No.
we're not
panic.
ready.
Yeah, and after 2 games, we're like, we need more. But we knew we needed a bit more, but even before the game was kicked off against Wolves, to be fair, in terms of midfielder, in terms of hopefully another forward.
Well, this is the thing. We knew we needed more. We knew we needed more in terms of, we need to get an Amrabat. But I don't think, I'm not sure how much was discussed about we need more, and Amrabat in terms of a midfield option might not be enough. I think it was just, get Amrabat in, that'll help, that'll pretty much sort things out. It's like, no, obviously he'll make a difference, but we'll still have issues. We'll still have issues in the middle of the park, because they've just, I said yesterday during the full view that for me, when you sell like a Fred or whatever, and obviously Freddie wasn't the long-term option or anything like that, but surely the mindset is to replace him with a better version of him. You know what I mean? Because clearly you still need that kind of player in your squad for games like when you play away against Spurs, or when for instance, Man City come to Old Trafford, like in January of this year. Man City came to Old Trafford. Who played? Fred. Yeah, because you need, and I know that eventually, I know eventually you want to get away from that, that sort of mindset of you got to play these certain players for certain games because you're not as good as the other team. That's fine, but you also can't be naive and think you are as good as those teams yet, because we're not. So in those games, you need to
have another replacement who levels you up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So you need that person there. So if you're going to sell Fred, you need to get a better version of him, because you still need someone to do that job in those games. It's the Premier League. Like away from home, it's been proven. As Eric Ten Hag would say, it's clear it's tough to get results away from home because the intensity is high, the atmosphere is high. Every Premier League team has got really quality players, and that's important. So I think people knew we needed Amrabat, but it's been an eye opener to the least to say that we need more. We need more than just Amrabat. And I'm not even saying that Gravenberch is that final solution to it or anything like that, but we just need options at this point. We need options, and maybe it is like lazy reporting of just Gravenberch wants away. Oh, you definitely go to Ten Hag then, because every ex-Ajax player is going to go to United, but. At this point, if I could end up with a window that got both of them in, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, I think we've got to be at the table. We've got to be at that table trying to get Ryan Gravenberch. That's minimum, I think. Unless there's another plan and they've got another midfielder lined up and it's going to work and you're going to get him, then enlighten us to it, Man United. Please enlighten us to it, because if we hear that there's an opportunity to get a player like him, he's young, on the come up, got bags of ability, probably having a little bump in the road of his career now, because going up to Bayern Munich level, it's tough. It's tough. Massive football club, man. Same thing happened with Sabitzer. Struggled when he went there from Leipzig. Even the bloody manager did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was all good looking at that Leipzig side that was on the front foot. Sabitzer was at the heart of that. And then you move up to a Bayern level, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Doesn't mean Gravenberch's crap. Doesn't mean he's not good. Doesn't mean he's not going to be good or fulfill his potential. It just means that it's got a little bit south from there, and he needs some playing time, or he needs some familiar faces around him, and he can reignite his career. So yeah, let's see how this one gets played out. I mean, it's interesting to see the Mike Verratti side saying that he is keeping his options open towards the Premier League.
That's what piqued my interest. That piqued my interest when I heard him say that. But again, I can't lie that I'm not concerned, because just Liverpool in the race at the moment. If we're competing with Liverpool over midfielders at the moment, not saying we'll definitely lose, but it's more just like they got money. And if it comes down to like, Bayern go, well, if we're going to let him go, it's going to have to be permanent then, and we'll get someone else in or what have you, then I'll be like, oof. Because we will not pay 22 million unless we don't get Amrabat. That's what it's going to be. Yeah,
United is life. Let's get some comments out. I don't know if our comments are broken as well, so I don't know if members you can get your chats in as well. Let us know. But I'll go from the main feed here. United is life, says Gravenberch. Don't know how to say it.
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch got some really good qualities. Wizard says United signs Sabitzer, and now Gravenberch, if United get him, he better work. The contract players have reverted back, says Sim. And Lux Hill, he's having a chat with someone else. Noel says we will need goals in midfields. Midfielders going to bring goals. Andy says the ghost of Rafe the Phantom traitor. You stuck by him, Fleck. Well, that brings us perfectly on to the next thing. But before we do, just under 1,500 people watching live. So please smash a like on the video. We're just over 120 odd. We can do a lot better than that, guys. Come on. We can do a lot better than that. Come on. We can raise the likes. But let's get on to the ghost, the Wraith, the Phantom. Because, Owen, what's going on? This is my guy. Do I need to have a word with him and find out what's going on here? What is this?
Well, I will say your reaction to this morning. So usually what happens when we sort of, and you'd be shocked to know there's an element of planning that goes into this show. It's very surprising. Woke up this morning, we're chatting about the stories, and I sent this one to Flex. And the response I got was just, what? Question mark, exclamation point. What?
I've done the thing where, where Owen reports the news. It's not people
I was just about to say.
Why are you sending me this?
Why are you lying to me this morning, Owen? You fake news merchant. I was like, what? And this is a story, actually, that actually really started last week. There were a few reports, rumblings, murmurings that maybe some whispers,
noises,
noises. I'm hearing the scuttlebutt. Was that maybe some Saudi sides or certainly Saudi representatives had reached out to Raphael Varane and said, hey, would you be interested? And the report last week said, no, he's not interested. He wants to play in Europe for maybe 1 or 2 more seasons. And then, he's not saying no to going to the Middle East or anything like that. But for now, he wants to carry on playing in Europe. Well, it's since been reported this morning by outlets based in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. And again, followed, certainly accounts, over 400,000 followers. And the suggestion is that Al Ittihad are in preliminary negotiations with Manchester United for Raphael Varane. The French defender has given positive indications of playing in the Saudi league. So, again, the suggestion would be that maybe these talks, even if he rebuffed them initially, they're still ongoing, and maybe he's a bit more open to joining Saudi Arabia now. And it was very much like when I sent this to you as well, Flex. What's this source like? And I sent you the screen grab of the account. You went, oh. So it does feel like, look, there might be some weight to this one. Surely not, though. Not at this stage. Not this close to the end of the transfer window.
I would like to think not. You can't afford to lose Raphael Varane right now. Unless you had another 2 replacements, by the way. Like, 1 to come in and start and be who he is for us. And 2, we still need this Maguire situation sorted, which probably ain't going to get sorted. But here's the thing. When I think about it, this is, because I love the Ghost of Rafe the Phantom, I'm going to be a bit biased, but I'm just going to put myself in his shoes as him. He might like that. He's been moaning about there's too many games and, there's so much stuff going on. But they play less games there. Great family life. He's a family man. Probably quadruple his wages or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's not as if he's not on a lot.
At this stage of his career, he's done everything. Retired from international football. It's really good that Rafa has this level of motivation to be at Man United when it's not great and fight for something else. You know what I mean? Remember Eric Ten Hag was saying players like him, players like Casemiro. He's been really. He loves them type of players. There are big boy players. Been there, done it all, seen it all, got every T-shirt that you want. And he's impressed with their desire to basically have a new challenge at this stage of their career. I'd say this late, but because they've been at the top pinnacle for 10 plus years of winning stuff, you can say it at this stage of their career to go and get another challenge that isn't guaranteed. Going Man United now, you are taking a big risk in your career. Yeah. You are. I love our club and I love, our history and all of that stuff. Let's not dress it up. There are a lot of other teams you can go to that have a higher trajectory right now, a steeper trajectory, should I say, than what we do. So to see the likes of Raphael Varane and Casemiro come here, yes, money, all of that. But I'll be lying. I don't want him to go, by the way. So let me put that out there. You lot know that. I don't need to state that. Of course, I want him to stay. But I'm just not naive to be like, well, if they do put the right type of bid down, I don't know. I don't think he's as I don't think he would be as against it as maybe I would have thought. Because when I break it down, him going Saudi now, play less games, you know what I mean? Out there in the sun, chill, family man. I could see that. Maybe next year I could see it more, but it's late now. So for Man United to sell their number one centre back, yeah. Well, you could say Leacher is or whatever, but Rafael Varane is, yeah, or the second. They're starting centre back now and go in a different direction. That would have to be because he had a change of heart late in the window, because that definitely wouldn't have been planned.
This would be nuts. Let's be honest. This would be crazy considering, like you said, about 10 days left in the window. What was our best thing last season? Our best attribute in the league was our defense.
Yeah.
And a big part of that was having Rafael Varane and Sandro Martinez. If 10 days left of the window, we sell one half of our sort of greatest asset with no real plan to bring someone else in. And to be honest with you, I think at this stage in his career, does Rafael Varane really command a super, super high transfer fee?
Of course not.
Probably
We got him for
not.
cheap. Absolutely.
Probably
people in the chat are saying 60 million.
Like, well, I think
where are we going to get that from?
I think they're saying as if like to even consider accepting.
Oh,
this,
right.
Considering how close we are to the end of the transfer window and the financial situation, it'd have to be something massive that it'd
what
be
like. What are we getting for 40?
Oh, it was around like 40, something like that. I think
It'd probably be that again.
Well, in a normal, if this was like early beginning of the summer, it'd be like, okay, then you get time to plan. But now I'd want like double, honestly.
Yeah.
I really, because it's got too much knock-on effect, doesn't it? It's got too much knock-on effect of it would hurt us. It's not even as if with that money, like you go, yeah, we'll get another centre back and then we'll bring in another striker. We won't. Not with that kind of money. So,
like David says, there he's our best centre back. I hope we don't dare sell him. This window is almost done. And people can say our best centre back is Leacher, but I don't think it is, because look, he gives us other things like on the ball and stuff like that. But he can go steaming it. Like Varane's just always calm. You're not going to get anything crazy. He's just always going to do what he needs to do. He's very, very experienced, and a lot of stuff like he goes under the radar. And I'm not just saying it because I love Varane. He goes under the radar a lot because Leacher's the small little pit bull who runs around. But if the money comes in, it's too short to get the right replacement. It is.
No, it's too short. It's too short time. I agree with that. But what I will say is, come the end of the season, I do think there needs to be a longer term plan of someone to replace him, because whilst he's played really well in the first two games, he scored obviously the winner against Wolves, and he nearly scored again at the weekend.
Exactly.
But there were just a couple of moments. I noticed this in pre-season, noticed it against Wolves, noticed it against Spurs, where someone's sort of running at him, and you go,
yeah, but do you see what's happened when people have been running at Martinez? And he's supposed to be young, quick in the prime.
I'm just saying where it's kind of like you go, in a year's time.
Yeah, I could get behind that. Look, I've said that's why.
But I'm not advocating to sell him now, or anything like that. But I think at the end of the season, if you went, you know what, I just, like you said, I've got to manage myself a lot better now. And I want to go. Then I think you go, okay, you know what, fair enough.
I don't mind that,
but not now.
No, definitely not now. And with I forgot what I was going to say there. I hate when that happens. Oh yeah, that was it. When Maguire was going to leave, and it was Pavard or like Todibo or whatever. That's why I kept saying I want the Varane regen, like, because you can see in a year, maybe 2 years, maybe, because if you do the right stuff and you can look after your body, look at Thiago Silva. Like, I know Thiago Silva's like unreal, like he's a generational centre back, but Varane can read the game. He's a top draw centre half. If you've got the right team around him and he can look after his body, he can play longer than the time that we think. But the likeliness of it happening at Man United is just not it. And even Thiago Silva's had a few injuries and come back and still been solid. Do you know what I mean? But I just think, if Maguire was going to leave, I wanted the next Varane as opposed to going the Pavard thing, because you can see with Varane that in the next couple of years at max, we're going to have to look at that because of the injuries and because of, he already don't want to play this much games. He's still moaning about it now. Do you know what I mean? So,
have you noticed the way he runs sometimes? Like sometimes,
he's always run like that. He's always his knees go in Yeah, he's got the Bambi legs. Like he's got a short.
That's
I'll
what I
say this to
mean.
someone.
Like
I'll
a
show
couple
this
of
picture
times
to-
against like they run at him, and then he's going like that, and you
Yeah,
go,
he's got the-
he looks like he can barely run, and you go,
Yeah, no, but in
he's
real life,
struggling.
Owen, he's running fast. Trust me. Like he's running fast. I know the Son thing. I know the thing. What happened? He's a bit struggling. Had to pull him back a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? I get it. Yeah, but mate, fuck it. Wolves. Mate, we were as open as anything. If you got no protection, just get him run through.
I'm not saying, like I said, I'm
Casemiro.
not saying this.
Casemiro looks like he's got a parachute on his back now. All of
I'm
a
not
sudden.
saying this season. I'm just saying that, like, at the end of the season, like, that's where I say strategy has to come into it. Of like, okay, you know, there's a plan in place here, but you know, there were, like I said, a couple of moments where I go, he's probably got a year. He's got a year and a bit.
Yeah, he's still quick though, man, and he's still strong. He is. But I just think it. Obviously, he's clearly out of position in his career, just like Casemiro is. Where when they're left exposed with big gaps like what we're seeing, a lot of
people in the comments are saying about the way he runs, Flex. Yeah,
he does run mad. He's got the mad running style. Me and Minnie was saying it the other day. He does run weird. He's always run like that. Go look at Real Madrid prime Varane. His knee. If you look at his legs, yeah, they're like. I always think he's going to get injured by walking. If you look at his lower body, yeah, with his legs go like in, and he's got like really, really skinny ankles, and his knees kind of, I can't explain it. They look bowed like in, and he looks really awkward, even just from walking. And when he runs, he's had this weird running style where he looks like his knees are going to buckle from under him. But,
when he runs, it looks like both his hamstrings are about to snap at like any seconds. But
they don't, do they?
Well,
and he scored the winner for us in our only goal this season. So
no, I'm not saying get rid of him or anything like that. So what you're saying is, no, I'm just saying that there needs to be planning with him, and maybe at the end of the season.
So you're saying play Harry Maguire instead of him because he's more robust?
It's exactly what I'm saying. I think you know what.
So you're not saying Harry Maguire is better than Varane now? Is that what we're doing?
I was about to say, could you imagine a scenario whereby we sold a centre back in the window, and you go, good, Harry Maguire needed to go. They go, no, it wasn't him, it was Varane. You'd be like, what?
That's your takeaway from this show. Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen,
yeah.
You lot know I love Varane, so I'm always going to be a bit biased. But I agree, though. I'm not stupid. That's why I'm saying, like, if you look at it, because in a year's time, Varane's not going to be the same as Varane. Of course, I know that. But that's why I'm like, I think the Saudi thing could appeal to him. That's why I'm a little bit apprehensive about that. Like, I haven't just backed that off, like, say no chance that could happen. Because you would say, like you said, it is insanity to let that happen now because he's our best defender. But
Ronaldo picks up the phone. I think Kareem picks up the phone.
Kareem picks exactly. And, like, the money that it would cost for him now would be about another 40 million, really, could get Varane out of Man United. Obviously, we'd have to say, yeah, but in terms of transfer fee, that's probably about fair. We got him for 40 million. If we could sell him for 40 million again 2 years later, was it 3? Is this the third year of Rafa? It's the third year, isn't it?
Third, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I would like to not see that happen, but I just look at him. I just think, I think he would like that. Do you know what I mean? You look at the players going Saudi? I know, like the Neymars and the top, but like he's in that bracket of like that would be a coup for them. That can work. And that's what worries me there. What do you lot think at home as well?
There is, like, you know, America Laporte's going to going to Al Nassr as well. There was a weird one that, you know, Jota, the one that was at Celtic, that went there. Yeah, apparently he's coming back.
Is he?
After a month, he's leaving. Oh, I don't know. They haven't given a reason, but he's coming back apparently. So I don't know, but it does feel like with that, isn't it? That the momentum just keeps going. You know what I mean? Keep going. And like Minna said the other day, which is true, with the people they have bought this summer, I can't think that they've really super overpaid for a lot of them as well. In terms of the wages, clearly, but in terms of the transfer fees, that's why I say we weren't going to get a lot from anyway. But I don't think even we'd be able to rinse them of like, yeah, well, they'll give us their 90 million quid. Like they'll be like, no, you know. And it's going to be interesting to know what Varane's opinion is, because I think it might put United in a bit of a difficult situation if, like you said, he went to United and said, you know what, actually, I'd like to go. Like, what do I, sorry.
Yeah, because if we did, do you think
Ten Hag would be like, Do you
all
think
right,
Ten
you
Hag
don't
would
want
be
to
like,
be here,
well,
so
yeah, if you don't want to be
I'll
here,
have to
then
play Lindelof as a number one.
I know,
and
well,
man.
not even that. Well, I know that I know that Pavard wants to come. I've spoken to him. Or okay, then maybe it's a year earlier than we thought, but let's go get to Debo or something like that. Maybe they'll do that. I mean, if you think there's a bit of a meltdown now, I think the meltdown will be much bigger.
Jesus. There better be a bloody good defender that you've got ready if you're going to let Rafael Varane go, especially when we're all talking about when he sort out our midfield,
and especially because he started well. He said
exactly
started the season well.
Yeah, so we can't be part of that conversation at this moment. Is at this moment in time, because we got other shit to sort. And if you don't, if you entertain that and he leaves this club, I'm telling you now, Man United PLC, you better have a flipping good reason, and you better have something up your sleeve that none of us saw. Do you know what I mean? I.e., I don't know, bloody Delit just should walk in here or something. I don't know. Craig, let's go to super chats. Craig says, hijack Pavard deal to replace him, maybe. Kind of what Owen was touching on. If Eric Ten Hag did let him go, then that means he would go, we've got Pavard coming in. But Pavard for Varane? Nah, mate. No chance. Chris says, Saudi window is open until the 20th of the 9th. Many will go. Is that also that window's late?
Well, it was weird with that, because some were saying it was, and then some were saying it wasn't. So I don't know. There was a bit of confusion.
Maybe we need some clarification on that. Let us know in the chat if you can clarify that. It's just Danny says, this club, we sell and keep the wrong players. And WJ Barrett, remember, for 13 months. I think that's a record. I ain't seen anyone
over a year.
For 13 months. Yeah, well over a year. Big up to you, bro. Says, morning, Gam. I've had this thought and slept on it. Let's deep this. Is Casemiro the problem? He's miles off it. No legs, no engine. Not Eric Ten Hag's first choice.
I don't think it's fair. I don't think that's a fair one. I think that's going down the Jamie Carragher school of thought, and that maybe Casemiro hasn't played well to start the season. Not a lot of people have, but I think he's been overexposed because, like any midfield player, you need support. You need people close to you, particularly, again, if you're over 30, which he is. He's 30, 31, something like that, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is now in a midfield where the balance isn't right. And I think anyone, even someone, in their mid to early 20s, if they had to cover the ground he was having to cover and having the gaps between him and his players that he was having to do, I think they'd struggle too. It's about, having players in your system that, shows their strengths. And so I think I wouldn't say Casemiro's problem, because if you put Moises Caicedo in there, he struggled yesterday. But I think anyone would struggle with that, and with that midfield.
And the midfield's not set up right. I've been saying this to a few friends. If I'm Casemiro right now, I'm going mad at either the players around me or Ten Hag. Like, I'm a big man. I'm Casemiro, so I've been doing this. I'm saying, what are we playing at? What is this? Because, like you said, I looked better. We were right when it was just me and Eriksen. So how is this happening here? Something is fundamentally wrong with the way that we're setting up. I'm going mad at my attackers, all of them, from Bruno to Rashford to Anthony to who's the other? Garnacho. Sorry, I'm going mad, and I know he's a kid, but I mean in context, because I'm saying you lot are just giving away the ball like it doesn't mean anything. You're not being clinical up front. And then the midfield or my wingers are so high up and there's so many high turnovers. You lot are just rinsing me here. Like, yeah, okay, I haven't looked at my best, but don't put this on me. Because when these holes weren't here, everyone's saying I'm the best DM in the league. And now, after one transfer window, he's the problem. Do you know what I mean? So big up to you, WJ Barrett, to be fair. I know you're just posing a question. But I also think we're starting to like the bits that Varane hasn't done well, let's call out. So, like, he's been giving the ball away. He's looked a little bit leggy, even in pre-season. Yeah, Casemiro.
Said Varane.
Sorry, the bits that he hasn't done well, Casemiro. Let's dig out them bits. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest about that. Looking a bit sluggish, not great on the ball. But he's never been great on the ball. Even last year, when he was playing quite well, he'd still have these moments in the game where it's like, mate, don't know you saw there. Bloody hell. Like, or playing quickly in tight spaces. Like, that's not really his game. His whole career, and he is more than this, but I'm just saying the basis of his game has been, Modric, Cruz, Valverde, great players in and around the way. He can win the ball back and he can play at the right times, but he doesn't start up attacks. He's not chief operator dictating the pace of the game, the play of the game with passing ability. That's not what it is. He can contribute when he's got space and time to hit a driven pass or pick someone out. But you put a bit of pressure on him, that's not his forte. But I just think he's been overexposed, like Owen said. I agree. The last
I think.
Go on.
Go on. Well, no, I was just going to say, I think Haley said it best, when it comes to the midfield. And you're going to have to explain to me what this means. But this is what she said.
Boy, that midfield was getting run through like a dirty gal.
What does that mean?
It's 9:38, man.
What does it mean?
It's 9:38. I'll have to explain to you off air, to be honest. I can't really. Now's not the time for me to explain to you what that means. Like everyone's saying it's too early. I mean, it's
too early. I don't know.
I know you don't. Listen. I know that. Look, this is innocence.
I've been waiting for like a week.
Well, you should just ring me privately and ask me. That's all you have to do. Don't.
I don't know.
I know. So you don't. I know. It wasn't the title. Actually, I did think about that. Actually, I did think It was really late and I wasn't there. I did think. Oof. I will tell you what it means. Just not now. Just not here. Just not in front of all these people.
Like a dirty gal.
What's the next topic?
Move on. Backup goalkeepers. The worst thing is, I'm not even joking, right? Yeah. I don't know what it means. But
I know you don't. No, and this is the thing. No, this is the thing. I know you don't know, but
I know it's not good.
I can't. This is not.
Which is dangerous.
It's 9:40. I was going to say the school run's worse. Kids are off school. Everyone's watching.
Yeah. Okay. Well, backup goalkeepers. Moving swiftly on. This is going to be a challenging one for me to say, Flex, because I don't know actually how to pronounce this at all. So Manchester United, according to Fabrizio Romano, are now exploring a move for Odysseus Vlachodimos.
Yeah, it's got to be Vlachodimos. Vlachodimos. Yeah.
Who is expected to leave Benfica. He's the top of Man United's list as a new backup goalkeeper in case Dean Henderson joins Crystal Palace or Forest. It must be said there have been reports coming out from the likes of the BBC, etc., saying that it's believed Henderson is in talks with Crystal Palace. It looks like that move could be a loan with an obligation to buy. To be honest, Flex, I don't really care.
No, I was thinking that. As soon as I heard that, and I was like, never heard of him. Don't care.
You know, like it came out yesterday with Romano. It was like he went exclusive. Man United now. This player's top of their list. He went, it's a backup goalkeeper. I went, I don't care.
Don't care. Exactly. Don't care, mate. Like, couldn't give a toss. Like, well, obviously, if Dean Henderson leaves, we have to go and get a second keeper, but. And they need to make sure he's kind of competent because if anything happens to Onana, something happens to Onana right now, we're screwed. Yeah. So we should really care a bit because your second goalkeeper does have to be competent because Tom Heaton's injured and Dean Henderson wants out. So actually, we are playing with fire a little bit here. The longer you go without sorting it, like this does need sorting. So we are being a bit ignorant because we've got other things to sort out. In the starting 11 and with the midfield and centre back, all this stuff, midfield balance. Like we're like second keeper, I've never heard of. Whatever, man. Just get it. Just get the person and bring them in.
We didn't need to, right? We had options. Obviously, Heaton. I know he's injured, but like Vitek or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Could have kept him.
Just be the second. Yeah, but you don't know what. You don't know what type of. Maybe he would done a Henderson as well. I was like, I need to go, man. Okay. I just won the league, playing every. Yeah, but
you're under contract.
Yeah, but then we're not doing that to Henderson either, though, are we? Don't want to be.
Well, it's all right for Arsenal. It's all right for Arsenal. They've got Ramsdale and David Raya.
Yeah, I don't believe in that.
And when you ask Arteta, and he's like, "Oh, they're equal. They're fucking hell. They're equal."
Just for no what he did. So what they said? So wait, hold on a minute. So in the presser, in the presser, they said to Arteta, like, "Oh, how come you got two like good goalies and that?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, don't know.
Kovar. I got the names wrong. Kovar.
Fucking hell." Well, he said that just
Yeah,
in the middle
that's
of
what
the
he
summer.
said. He said, "Why did you bring in David Ray? You've already got Ramsdale." He went, "Oh, fucking hell."
Oh, mate. Well, Owen, I was watching that presser at the time because I was covering it when I was in there, and that's not. He said, "We need to be prepared." You see what happened with Thibaut Courtois. We have to be prepared. We have to react in the market, and we have to be ready. That's what he said. He didn't say, "Oh, fucking hell." He didn't say that.
Interpretation.
Interpretation. Oh God.
But look, it looks like we're
Oh,
going to be
God.
getting this backup goalkeeper. Look, as long as that it doesn't impede us moving on to other people, then I don't.
Yeah,
mind.
no, Man United. Well, we had to spend on the. We didn't expect
2
to
weeks.
spend on the second goalie, so you know.
Yeah. It took us
That's
2
8 million
weeks.
that we didn't know we had to spend, so that's put us over. So yeah, we can't really get anywhere. Super chats here. We go back to those. DJ, big up DJ, man. Ain't seen him in a hot minute, man. Eric Ten Hag will have to convince Varane to stay at least one more year, says DJ. And WJ Barrett says, "I'm with you, Owen. Did you just call me Carragher? LOL. Just look at the other top 6 midfielders. He has been amazing, but just looking at his leg speed, yeah, again, the leg speed is that's why we have to make sure he's not in positions where that's a big problem." VK says, "Not Casemiro legs. Sure, and Wan-Bissaka can't do inverted role and wingers. And number 8, not covering spaces. Brace for more heavy defeats in my expectations." El Cap says, "Exploring, interested, looking. Here we go again." Ray Carl Brown says, "Yes, Owen's too early, but think of Loose Women." Good show, Owen. Loose Women. That show that comes on during the middle of the day. That's what he means.
Yeah. Colin Nolan's on there.
There you go.
I can't even remember who actually was on there.
The lady who was in the Coronation Street. She's in it.
I think Christine Lampard used to do it, I think, as well.
Yeah, she did. And does Alison Hines on there? No, sorry, Judy Love is on there.
It just reminds me of being ill.
Yeah, because you're watching TV.
Yeah, it's the only time you ever watched it is when you go, "Oh, Loose Women's on." And then,
yeah. Good show. It's just Danny says, "Still selling McMuffins at this time, Owen." DJ Talk says, "Owen, I disagree. I love Cass, but for as good as he is, Cass is not able to get about the pitch, hence why Kobe was being prepped. Prem very different to La Liga. DJ's not having it."
But I think that's why you pair him with someone that can get
Big up
around,
DJ.
isn't it? You know, that's the reason why. You know,
Exactly.
Casemiro can still get around, but he can't do a one-man job. He's not Kante, you know, a prime Kante or anything like that. I never was.
Yeah, exactly. Kenny B says, Little Kenner says, "Like and subscribe." Big up, Little Kenny. Hope you're okay, little man.
Stole the show.
Stole the show. And little man, I hope you're going to bring us some luck. I hope you're going to be the good luck charm to get Man United playing some decent football again, little Kenny. So big up to you, and big up Senior Kenny as well. Or Kenny Senior. It's just Danny says we need a backup goalkeeper. I'm going to say it's too early, Danny. It's too early.
I don't know what the still doesn't.
I know. You just stop talking about it.
I Google it.
You could put it in the Urban Dictionary, yes, and you can keep your findings to yourself until we speak.
That's not that bad. Oh, won't
yeah. There you go. Have you done it? Did you look? Look at the confusion in his face.
Well, I think I'm going to have to investigate this ball.
Why? What do you need to investigate?
Well, I got like a couple of different meanings.
Okay.
So I have to go back to it.
Because you're not really sure. You're still not sure what.
No.
Okay. Is it a bit confusing? That hasn't helped your situation, basically. Has that helped you understand it more or less?
It's kind of what I thought it meant, but not really.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Verratti.
Yeah, this one, whatever. But United reportedly could consider a move to sign Marco Verratti in the final few weeks of the summer transfer window. This comes from L'Equipe, who are saying that United are one of the sides interested in signing the 30-year-old midfielder before deadline day. It won't be straightforward, though, because the report claims that Al Ali and Bayern Munich are also interested in the PSG star. I think it's been reported for weeks, if not months, that he's going to be going to Saudi Arabia, but they can't agree a fee with PSG. He's agreed a contract with a Saudi Arabian club. So this one kind of felt like, to me, I don't know, maybe PSG kind of trying to play a bit of ball with this Saudi side, sort of saying, you know what?
Just quickly.
Oh,
sorry, just quickly. My guy Florian has just said a couple of minutes ago. He said, Ryan Gravenberch, he wants to play regularly, but at the moment, he's the number 4 in central midfield under Tuchel. That's, like I said, he was saying that the other day because even Kimmich doesn't want him there. Understand that Liverpool and Man United will be the favourites for the player should Bayern give the green light to leave, but no verbal agreements yet. Bayern bosses do not exclude that something can still happen with Gravenberch until deadline day. So you can see what that's being teed up for, can't you?
Yeah. But there's something to it. Like we said earlier,
there's definitely something there.
There's definitely something there. When you got Mike Verwij on the Netherlands
when Florian speaks, you know. Yeah.
Where Flo tweets, you know. And look, it's funny with him because I remember you were there in the studio. But when that was all going on with Harry Kane, that sort of day where one day he's like, oh, they're leaning towards staying at Spurs. And then Florian's getting on the air in front of millions of people going, he is going to Bayern Munich. And everyone was like, whoa, you seem very confident. But no, I've spoken to people at Bayern Munich. They've told me he's going. Everyone's like, well, I heard he's leaning towards staying at Spurs. And then literally like next day, Harry Kane's on a flight. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Yeah.
He was playing in the Super Cup.
Listen, what we've learned, is when he speaks, on things that are over that side in terms of
Bayern Munich.
Bayern, I've changed my opinion on him, mate. Not to say that I didn't rate him before, but he went toe to toe. He went toe to toe, and he said, "Listen, Bayern are telling me they've got their man. He's coming." Then the English press are always coy on things. Oh, there's a Carve was. Stop there. Harry Kane remains at home watching Sky Sports News with his dog. He's been told he can't move. Daniel Levy trying to do some things and all of this stuff. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it's like, nah, mate, nah. Florian said them man are getting him, mate. He said he's on. Bayern don't do this. He's on his way. He's spoken to them. And then the way it happened and how quickly it happened, if he's going to talk about Gravenberch, I'm listening. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed outrageous when he said, like, and it was.
He says done, like they've got him.
He went. He's leaning the British side of things. Going, well, actually, we heard he's leaning towards staying at Spurs. And Florian came on the air, and went, he's going to play in the Super Cup. And everyone went, that's tomorrow.
Oh, that was it. Wait, after that, and he didn't.
He didn't tomorrow.
No, we did play in the Super Cup.
And he did.
Honestly, bro, I swear to you, I'll tell you a little bit behind the scenes. When it went into the break, we started laughing. I'll be honest. I went, bloody hell. Said he could start tomorrow, mate. Said he could play tomorrow. Chill out a little bit, mate. And he was signed. Came on in Super League. Started next game. Scored.
Assist. You know.
Oh, mate. Yeah. So
crazy.
Yeah,
so if he says that there's that Bayern, well, it depends what they want to do, but they might be open to it. There's definitely something there.
Who knows? Maybe we can get him on the channel.
Oh, wow.
With him standing there,
I like his remotes as well on Sky Sports News because he's always there in his room with his AirPods in. You know what I mean? Straight to camera. Fantastic.
Yeah,
excellent stuff.
Good journalist. But yeah, very quickly on Verratti. Sorry.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. He's going to go to Saudi Arabia. Plus, as people are saying, isn't he like 30? Why would we do that? We've already got a 30-year-old Casemiro, 30-plus-year-old, and the reason we wanted to bring in another midfielder is to have some fresh legs around Casemiro that wasn't Christian Eriksen. So why would we do the same? I think he's going to go to Saudi. I think, for me, it just felt like a whole PSG trying to play games with the Saudi clubs to say, look, wow,
no more
other clubs are interested. Other clubs are interested, so you got to give us the money we want, and they'll get the money they want. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no more stopgaps as well, man. Just fix the issue, man. Stop putting temporary plasters over long-term wounds, man.
Exactly. Sign Gravenberch on loan.
but hopefully we get him on a permanent. because that is, again, it would be another temporary thing if we did get him alone. You're right, but at least he's young with some scope that actually let's try and make this permanent and go. But who knows if he does well or does crap? Could just be another Sabitzer. You don't know.
Gravenberch and Amrabat. Gramrabat. Get them both.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Amrabat's gone quiet, man. We ain't getting him. I'll tell you that.
Well, where's he going to go then?
Just stay there.
He's going to go. He's not going to stay at Fiorentina.
Has he even been in? Have they started their league yet?
No, but I think he's been involved in a couple. I think he's been involved in a couple of preseason games. But I mean, can you imagine him? United all summer. Be patient. Be patient. He must be thinking, I've been patient for ages. It's been a while. Like, what's going on?
Patiently waiting for a track to flow on. It's 50 Cent. You won't. Yeah, don't worry. So.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you did that and then looked at me as if there was any.
I didn't look at you. I didn't look at you. You just I sang the song and then you just did the face straight away,
as if we were going to make eye contact, and I was going to go, yeah, great, isn't it?
Type. Oh, can you type in 50 Cent patiently waiting? I just want you to hear it in your headphones to see what I was singing.
Okay, well, I've got to skip over the tab of Dutty, haven't it?
Just want to see if you like it.
Oh, bloody ads.
Live reaction. Owen listens to 50 Cent's
Squarespace
patiently waiting from Get Rich or Die Trying. Featuring Eminem, you know Eminem. Do you not think he's going to bob his head, or do you think he'll just just listen intently?
This has been out for a while. He looks well younger. He does. And it's a really old YouTube video. Look, I'm shouting over it. It sounds really loud, Fleck.
All right, Cammy.
The video, that's what I mean. The video's a square as well, which I go, that is old.
Owen, is this out a long time ago? This is arguably, depending on who you ask, Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cent's debut album is arguably, depending on who you ask.
It was out a while. I was right.
Absolutely. 2003. But
yeah,
Owen, you've just casually that is one of the best hip hop albums of all time.
Right.
According to a lot of people, and I agree with that. It is very much up there. So yes, it was a long time ago. It was 2003. But what's your initial thoughts?
It was all right. It's fine.
Yeah. Did you hear the patiently waiting bit?
At the start, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Well, I think I do know a song off that album.
Oh, of course you will.
And I was trying to remember
in
what
the club.
It was.
In the club, mate.
No, not that. No. Like, it was.
In the club, mate. Everyone knows that song.
No. But I try to remember what it was. Can't remember. I'll have a look.
Is it I'm Supposed to Die Tonight?
No, it was one that you would be like, oh, I can't believe you know that.
Is it Back Down?
But no.
No. Okay. No.
Maybe I don't know what it is. Probably a different one.
Is it 21 Questions? Oh, okay. No, I think it would be 21 Questions with Nate Dogg. You know that song?
No. It's no.
Is it Benny Men? You know Benny Men. Candy Shop. There you go.
I've heard of that, but it wasn't that one. It wasn't that one.
On Owen, blood on his eyes. Is it? You know that?
No. Now the sirens.
There you go. Because you're talking Get Rich or Die Tries, and the sirens have popped up, mate. The sirens have popped up. Just last couple of minutes. Transfer wish list. I mean, I think it's very evident what our transfer wish list is.
Players.
Where are the players? We've got about 1,800 people watching as well, and 340 odd likes. Can we please get that up to 500? We've got a couple of minutes left of the show. It'd be great to get up to 500. CJK Digital says, Flex, can you teach Owen Patois, please?
What's that?
Do you know what? Oh, I was just about to say, do you know what it is?
Do I type that one in?
Type it in. It's iOS as well.
Oh, it's a dialect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jamaicans, West Indian people, but that's how we speak in Jamaica in patois, not broken down English. Right. You know what I mean?
Like a bit like Cockney rhyming slang. Is it a bit like that? But people don't really use Cockney rhyme and slang. That's the thing with me. Like, not many people
Not really.
genuinely use that.
Yeah, and it ain't really like that. But I see where you're, maybe trying to go with that. Basically,
Is it an actual? Is it like an actual?
Yeah, it's
language?
like your Jamaican speak. Yeah, like if you're not from Jamaica, you will go, "What? I don't know what they're saying." Like if I took you to speak to my granddad,
yeah,
you wouldn't know what he's saying, but he is kind of speaking English. He is, but it's just broken down with loads of Jamaican words in patois. That's what it is.
A bit like that in Scotland.
Like, if I said, "Welcome to Unaboy," what? He coughed.
If I was standing next to you, yeah, and someone said that to me, however, I'd properly, you know what I'd do. I'd say again. Say again. Say again. Say again.
Welcome to Unaboy. Like nothing.
Is that just like what's going on, mate?
Yeah.
I would respond. My initial reaction to that would be, "Hey, not much."
If I said to you, "Why pre?"
Why not?
I said to Owen, "Why pre? Why pre, but general? I'm a doggy." And Owen said, "Why? Why not?" Nah, I'm done. I'm done. Wait till Haley sees this. Oh my god, Owen, you. Oh my god,
it's not even a bit as well. You know what I mean? It's not even like a fit. Genuinely, guys, it's what you see is what you get with that.
If I said to uno for no, say how much people are come around here, so.
Now, I feel like you asked me how many people should come round.
You do know, see?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it was. So it's not that hard. You all laughed at him.
You didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah, I didn't expect that. See, so you, it's not as, but that's to you though. It's not as.
I had to digest that a little bit. You said it, and I went, I've got to think of that. What have I just heard? But I think it would be the same. Well, it wouldn't be the same actually as much if you came to where I'm from. Everyone just mumbles.
Yeah, that's true. We won't really know. KG just said in the chat, says, "Morning, family." Bro, just rewind the video a little bit. We're teaching Owen patois. Like, he's learning the real yardman thing. Oh, and I'm going to put you on some Jamaican artists and let you listen to some tunes as well. I'm going to send you some. I will warn you, though. I will warn you that the music is one thing, someone talking to you like this, but the music can be very hard to understand. Dancehall music, very, very difficult. So
you tried to get me to listen to that before.
I did, but I feel like you're ready to go again. A lot of people in the chat as well. A lot of people saying they want you to go carnival, bro. So we might have to sort something out.
Does that involve me going outside?
With a lot of people, very crowded. Oh. It's your worst nightmare, to be honest. But might catch a wine or something. You know what I mean?
Is it going to be sunny?
Maybe. I mean, the summer's been shit, so maybe not.
Can you imagine me there?
Might
with
be a washout.
Cream or a big floppy hat.
Yeah. You could go on one of the floats. Can catch a little wine. Just.
Yeah.
I don't mean rosé or Sauvignon Blanc wine.
Wine.
Yeah. Catch a wine. Do you want to Google
catch
that?
A wine?
Catch a wine. Walla wine,
The Urban Dictionary is not very good.
Why? It's not WH if you want.
Oh, WH.
Yeah.
Right.
See, you're going for the drink. I thought you would.
To grasp someone's hand in welcome. To grasp an idea. I'd have never got that.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't want to touch someone else's hand.
You mate in a wine, you might be touching on that. Let's wrap up.
Definitely want to do that.
Big up to everyone who's got involved. This is what we do on United View. We just catch a vibe, hold a vibe. You know,
that's a members video in the future. Yeah, Flex says
Absolutely.
some phrases to me.
You don't know how the thing set already, Owen. Innit? You don't know how the thing set. You don't know how the thing set. My love.
No, I don't. I don't.
What does that mean? You don't know how the thing set.
I don't know. I don't know how the thing's set up.
Dark says is a Lewis member of the UV members club as well. I would do stuff.
So be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Play more content coming in the future and something like that. We're out of here. Peace.